Okay, hello friends. Welcome to another episode of Cook Along Kitchen. My name is Shannon Parks. I am your Signal on-site nutrition health coach, registered dietitian, and today I'm your chef. Super excited to be here with you. We are acknowledging that it is Pride Month and we love to eat with the rainbow. And so today we're going to be making these absolutely beautiful, scrumptious, super aromatic, super tasty veggie skewers. I love these because we're eating the rainbow, which means we're getting a lot of different vitamins and minerals from our food. We'll get into that in a little bit. But they're also a really nice addition to any nice lean protein that you might have. Super easy to throw on the grill as a good summer side. And of course, they help increase the amount of produce that we're getting in our diet, which I also love. So let's go ahead and get started. Over here, I'm going to show you our end product and what we're working with. If you can see that, that is what we're going to end up with. And I am so excited to show you how I made these super easy, super tasty veggie skewers in literally less than 20 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we'll go over all of the ingredients that I have. So I've got some baby portobello mushrooms, stems removed. If they're a bit big, you might want to cut them in half. I've got for our purple veggies an eggplant and a red onion. Moving on to our green veggies, we have a beautiful green bell pepper. We've got a nice summer zucchini here. Orange will be represented by this orange bell pepper. I've got some yummy yellow ingredients. We've got a yellow bell pepper as well as a summer squash. And then for red, we've got a red bell pepper and these beautiful cherry tomatoes. So all of that being said, we've also got some other ingredients here on the table. Avocado oil. I love avocado oil. I specifically love this spray avocado oil by Chosen Foods. You can find this at local grocery stores in our area. I love avocado oil because it's a healthier oil, it's non-inflammatory, and it has a really high smoke point. So what that means is it's perfect for going on the grill. It's perfect for anything that's going to be cooked at a really high temperature. So avocado oil for sure. Nikki, did it pause? No? Okay.
You guys, we're seeing just the words wellness program now.
Are we back?
You're back.
Okay, we're back. Oh gosh, sorry about that technology. So as I was saying, love avocado oil. It's got a really high smoke point, and so anything that's going to be cooked at a high temperature or go on the grill, this is the perfect oil to use. We've also got some salt. I prefer sea salt myself. We've got some peppercorn here to do a little fresh peppercorn and a balsamic reduction glaze to finish them off with. So I'm super excited. We also have these bamboo skewers. These are 12-inch skewers that I'm using. They seem to be a pretty good size for the amount of veggies that we're going to be putting on this skewer. These ones, you want to go ahead and soak them for about 15 to 20 minutes before you use them. And so this morning when I was making our finished product, as I was chopping up all of my veggies, these were sitting in the sheet pan with water to get a good soak so that if they were to go on the grill, they're not going to get charred and just our food is going to get cooked. So you can pick these up at the grocery store as well. I love them. They're super easy to use and they don't shed like some other skewers, like the wooden skewers do. So definitely recommend these bamboo skewers as well. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to chop up all of our veggies and then we're going to hit the assembly line. So starting with our mushrooms, I've already destemmed our mushrooms, and the small ones that are about the size of a $50, I'm going to go ahead and keep those ones intact, but we do have some bigger ones in here as well. So those are going to get cut in half. I'll cut this guy in half too. In fact, this one is quite large, so I'm going to cut him in quarters. One of the things that we want to keep in mind when we are creating skewers is trying to keep the size of the ingredients roughly the same to allow for even cooking. A little bit difficult when you have so many different vegetables, and it doesn't have to be exact, right? But getting something down to like a 2 by 2 inch is a really good size for a skewer, especially because a lot of these veggies are gonna lose some size, and they're gonna shrink up a little bit when you put them under the heat for cooking. So we've got our mushrooms prepped here. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and slice up our eggplant. I love eggplant, and I actually didn't highlight this with the mushrooms, but one of the things I love about mushrooms is that they're really beneficial for heart health, and they can also help improve cholesterol levels. So any white food is really good for that. I'm talking about mushrooms, bananas, and parsnips, things of that nature. Let's go ahead and get to our purple veggies though. Blue and purple veggies are really good for urinary tract health as well as memory function, and they help with aging, memory aging. So let's go ahead and trim off our end here. I've got a hidden trash can behind here, so you guys don't think I'm just throwing this stuff on the floor, but I'm gonna go for about a 1-inch slice right across the top with this eggplant. We're just going to slice it all the way through, and then I'm going to quarter these as well. Perfect. I don't know about you guys, but I love eggplant. It is so versatile. It holds together really well when it's put under heat, and it is such a yummy, beautiful vegetable. So adding these to the skewers was absolutely a no-brainer. Okay, so we've got all of these chopped up here, and I'm just going to transfer them over to this yellow cutting sheet here so that we can get them out of our way. And then we'll get our other purple veggie. Oh, I lost some. We'll get our other purple veggie going. So that's going to be the red onion. I'm just going to go ahead and cut off the root end and the other end. And I've already peeled the outer shell off of this onion. So I'm just going to go ahead and cube this one or put it in 4s, quarter it. There we go. And then this guy can set right off to the side as well. So we've got our white and our purple veggies prepped. Let's go ahead and prep our green veggies. So zucchini and summer squash lose a lot of weight when they're cooking. And so you want to try for a thicker slice on this. Just go ahead and cut off the ends. Trim your ends here, trying to keep intact as much as you can the pulp of the vegetable. And then we're just going to do about 1-inch coins across. I love zucchini too. Such a versatile vegetable. Perfect. Okay. Let's get our bell pepper prepped. So I like to take my knife edge into the top of the bell pepper and cut across the circumference of it. And that is going to keep those seeds, for the most part, intact. So you don't have to worry about cleaning out all of those seeds. We're going to go ahead and slice across the bottom here so that I get a nice open bell pepper, and then we'll go ahead and cut that in half. You want to try to remove the white fibrous parts inside the pepper because that part is not as easily digestible by humans. So we want to get that part out of here as much as we can. So I like to trim it away like that, and we'll trim this side away too. Beautiful. Okay, and then I am going to use the bottom of the bell pepper as well. So we'll go ahead and just cut that. I'm just going to cut these into about 1-inch squares or so, like that. This is probably closer to 2 inches, but we're going to cut those down. And then these other pieces of bell pepper, I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half and then just make 1 to 2 inch segments out of that. Perfect. Nice. I'll just cut this other half up. That onion is starting to make me cry, y'all. I'm gonna be crying on cooking TV. Okay, let's go ahead and move over to orange. So actually, let me back up. green vegetables. Let's talk about the health benefit of green vegetables. They pack a lot of vitamin K, which helps with blood clotting. So that's amazing. If you are somebody that's on anticoagulant medication, make sure that you check with your doctor, a registered dietitian, stop in and see me just to make sure that eating green vegetables is safe for you, because too much vitamin K can interact with anticoagulants, but green veggies are really, really good for that. They also give us a lot of potassium. They help with our vision. They help with the blood clotting, like I had mentioned, and they also contribute to building strong bones and teeth. So green veggies are so good for us. I love promoting people eating more and more green veggies. Orange veggies, orange and yellow, are actually both really, really good too. Lots of vitamin C in these. So vitamin C is not just in orange juice or oranges, it's in all orange and yellow vegetables. So our squash and our bell peppers here packed with vitamin C, vitamin A, as well as potassium. They help with our immune system, and they also help with our vision. So these are really, really good for us. So let's go ahead and do the same thing. Cut around the circumference of the top to keep those seeds intact. You may find some linger in the bottom, but for the most part, it's kind of nice because it just keeps all those seeds there that we don't need. I'm going to take out the fibrous part on the inside, cut across the bottom to get that nice band, and we will trim off our white parts here. That onion is getting me, you guys. I should wear goggles on my cooking shows. And then let's do some segments, just 1 or 2 inch pieces here. Perfect. I don't know about you guys, but this is making me so hungry. And I cannot wait to be able to try some of these skewers. They're so beautiful. You guys will have to write me and let me know if you try it at home. I love to hear about people trying new recipes and checking out some of the things that we make. The recipe for this is available online on our website. So if you are interested in making something like this, your ingredient list and your recipe is available for you online. Let's go ahead and move on to our yellow bell pepper. We're going to do the same thing that we did with the green and orange, and cut around the top, get rid of that top piece, shake out any leftover seeds that might be in there, get rid of these little fibrous pieces here, cut across the bottom like so. Very nice. Let's get rid of these little fibrous pieces here. Perfect. Summer is such a great time of year to really dive into beautiful produce. Everything is super fresh, which is amazing. And I just feel like it's so much easier to throw some veggies on the grill and get a nice grilled flavor to them. That is just so enjoyable. It's the best. Okay, almost done here with our bell pepper. And then we're going to start assembling. That's going to be the best part. Perfect. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's get this squash cut up. Same concept here. Squash loses a lot of water weight when it's cooked. So we want to try for about 1 inch coins on this so that it doesn't fall off the skewer when we cook it. 1 inch coins all the way across. And I'm curious, and you can go ahead and drop this in the chat, but what are your favorite summer veggies? I personally love squash and zucchini. They're so good, so easy to incorporate into summer meals. Go ahead and drop in the chat and let me know what your favorite summer veggie is, because I know that everybody has their favorites, and I would love to hear about that. Or maybe even your favorite way to prepare them. I'm always interested in hearing more about how people prepare their fruits and veggies. Red, so we've got the red bell pepper and we've got some cherry tomatoes here as well. These are going to be really rich in vitamin C as well, vitamin A and potassium. So they're going to help your eyesight, they're going to help your immune system, they're going to help your nerve and muscle function. So they're just so jam-packed with really good, yummy nutrients that our body needs. Okay. Perfect. These look so good, you guys. I wish that you guys could all be here with me in person and just smell and take in all these beautiful colors. I'm telling you, your house after you cook this is going to smell so good. I love a good roasted veggie. I love veggies on the grill. So, and I think this is a fun enough recipe too that you might even get your kids to try it. If they're not big veggie people, they might be interested in the fun nature of eating with the rainbow. And you can talk to them about how all of these different veggies contribute different nutrients to our body that our body needs. And I think that's such a fun learning opportunity for kids, that especially those that are a little bit hesitant to consume veggies, which I know a lot of them are. I definitely was as a kid. So, alrighty, now that we've got everything prepped here, let's go ahead and start threading our skewers. I'm just going to scoot down the ones that we've prepared here so that we've got room for the ones that are coming on as we prepare them. So I'm going to get these skewers out. Now, these ones have not been pre-soaked, but I would definitely recommend pre-soaking them at home before using them, especially if you're going to be putting them on the grill. But let's go ahead and get started. So the order that we're going to use them is kind of the order I've got set up here. So we've got our mushroom is going to go first. And please be careful that you do not jam your finger when you're doing this. That would really hurt. Then we're going to do our purple. So that's going to be a piece of eggplant, followed by a couple pieces of red onion. Perfect. Nice. Then we're going to thread on a piece of zucchini for our green, piece of bell pepper, add a little bit more green there. Let's get a few slices of orange bell pepper on here to add some orange color. And we'll do a slice of yellow squash, followed by some yellow bell pepper. Do a couple of those. Couple slices of red bell pepper. I like to do 2 cherry tomatoes because roasted tomatoes are just to die for. So I like to do 2 on the end of here. And then we're just going to cap it off with a little piece of mushroom as well here on the end. And there you have it. Look at that beautiful skewer. Let me just come around so you guys can see it a little bit closer. This is just so gorgeous, isn't it? We've got all of our nice yummy veggies on here threaded so beautifully. And then when they're done, they're going to look more like this. So you can see they've lost a little bit of weight, like I was mentioning before, but they just look so good, nice and caramelized, a little bit of char on them, which I personally love. So let's go ahead and continue with threading some of these skewers. And I actually have Nikki, our wellness technician, here with me too. So I want to do a little bit of open forum questions. Do you guys have questions about healthy summer nutrition or getting more veggies into your diet, or questions about eating with the rainbow? I think we've got some time that we can answer some questions here. So pop them into the chat, and Nikki can read them out to me if she would be so kind. And then we will get those answered. That would be fun. Adding my zucchini on here, threading on a little bell pepper. So pretty, you guys. This is so beautiful. Little orange bell pepper. I like to do 2 slices. The orange is just so pretty. And then some summer squash, some yellow bell, some red bell, some of my favorite little tomatoes. I had to resist eating all of these, you guys. These tomatoes are so good and so sweet. And a piece of mushroom to cap it off. Beautiful. Look at that. Oh my gosh. These are so easy and so fun. And I bet you could even get children involved in making them. Just watch out for their little fingers, right? Nikki, any questions coming in?
Questions right now.
Okay. Oh, okay. Ooh, I love that. Grilled pineapple. Yes. I'm coming to that barbecue. Yes, absolutely. So teriyaki, you could do a lemon pepper on these. You could do a balsamic glaze. Heck, you could just do a little oil, salt, and pepper, and you would be good to go because there's so much flavor in these veggies once they're roasted, but I love different kinds of marinades and adding some different kind of flavor to it. Great ideas. Great ideas. I love that. Oh, we did this one a little bit backwards, I think. That's okay. You could get creative with it. And you could do this with fruit too. That would be awesome. Like a little fruit. What if you did that? What if we did some fruit, rainbow fruit skewers and rainbow veggie skewers? You guys, I'm just getting wild over here now. Just getting wild. I love it. So this should make 6 to 8 skewers. And we used a whole zucchini, about a half of a package of the baby portobello mushrooms, probably the whole eggplant, 1 red onion, 1 of each of the color bell peppers, 1 squash. And I would say that made about 8 skewers. So this would be a really nice recipe to try meal prepping with as well. So you could roast them all and then either keep them on the skewer for fun or scoot them off the skewer and serve them next to some brown rice, maybe a little bit of protein, whether that be plant or animal protein, whatever your preference is. I love that. I love an easy meal, right? And roasting veggies is nice because it's almost a set it and forget it, right? You put it all together, put it in the oven or throw it on the grill, and you can walk away for a few minutes if you need to get to something else. So what else is coming through the chat? Nikki, anything?
We do have one question.
Okay.
What about white mushrooms? Do we lose nutritional value if we go with white?
No, that's a great question about the mushrooms. So somebody asked, do we lose nutritional value if we use white mushrooms instead of portobello mushrooms? The answer is no. I just have a preference for portobello mushrooms. That's my personal preference. And so that's what we went with here. But there is no loss in nutritional value at all as far as going for a white mushroom. So if that is your favorite, jam on, go for it. I love it. And if there are some other veggies that you wanted to add on here that maybe aren't with the rainbow theme, that's cool too. Threading veggies onto a skewer is oddly satisfying and very nutritious. So I love it. We're doing pretty good, you guys. We're making our way here. I love this. I cannot wait to hear about the people who are going to give this a try, maybe this weekend or with 4th of July coming up in a couple of weeks. This would be a perfect little summer recipe for that. Just got to make sure not to stab your finger. That is the biggest piece of advice here. I've definitely poked my finger one too many times trying to thread some skewers. So I'll learn my lesson by now. These are so pretty, you guys. Oh, I love it. Is anybody else's mouth watering or is it just me? I think that probably people in our audience today are definitely getting hungry. And if you haven't had lunch yet, you're going to want it after this. That's for sure. Oh, okay. My tomatoes squirted everywhere, you guys. That was funny. I have to clean up the wall when I'm done here. Okay, we're getting down to the wire, down to the end here on some of our ingredients. And so you can kind of, just use up what you have and try to keep with the theme as much as you can. Perfect. These are so beautiful. I love it. What other questions do you guys have? Maybe about cooking or healthy eating? Feel free to drop them in the chat. I'd love to answer all your questions. Or maybe you can even provide some ideas of things you'd like to see in our future Cook Along Kitchen videos. That would be cool. We're always looking for new stuff. I think next month we're going to be doing a fun, healthy sorbet. So I'm really excited about that to try. I'm doing my trial run this weekend. So I'm excited to see how that comes out and to show you guys about a healthy dessert that can cool you off super quickly in the summertime. Orange. Yellow.
Recommendation.
Oh, we do. Okay. What kind of recommendation do we have? How to make hummus. Yes, that would be a good one. I love hummus so much. So tasty. And it's really, really easy to make. Hummus is life. Yes, whoever wrote that, we should be friends. I love hummus. So some of my ingredients I'm getting a little low on. So my skewers might not be perfect rainbows, but here's the fun in that, you guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just meant to be fun. And so as pretty as they look when we have every single ingredient on there, sometimes you run out of stuff. And so we got to compromise or adjust, right? Improvise. Perfect. This is looking so good. I know people are going to be coming by my door later saying, hey, where can I get some of those skewers? Oh, I lost a little tomato. Oh, perfect. Okay. All right. So we are just about out of time. So I just want to show you guys how we cooked these. So basically what we did is I don't have a grill at home. Uh-oh, I'm a mushroom. I don't have a grill at home. So what I did is after I assembled my skewers, I sprayed them down with a little bit of this avocado oil. I seasoned them with a little bit of salt and pepper. And then I roasted them at 425 for about 30 minutes. I checked on them about halfway in, about 20 minutes, just to make sure they needed a little bit more time. And they did, till they just get a nice char on them. If you did want to put them on the grill, they would be great on the grill. I would suggest spraying your grill down with the avocado oil, as well as spraying down your veggies with the avocado oil to prevent any sticking. Over medium heat, these are going to take less than a few minutes. They're going to be really, really quick on the grill. And then, like I was telling you before, my favorite thing is to finish them off with a little bit of balsamic glaze. And so if I can get this guy open. There we go. Perfect. So the ones that I've already finished over here that have already been roasted, they're just going to get a nice little drizzle on top. And that's going to impart just a little bit of sweetness to balance out the smokiness from the char and the veggies. So thank you so much for joining me for Cook Along Kitchen. Come back next month so that we can learn how to make sorbet together. I'm super, super excited for that. And keep your eyes open for what's on the horizon. Check your To Your Health newsletter. We've got a bunch of stuff going on. Protect Your Health or Protect Your Heart seminar. We've got Meditation Monday, Decompress to Stress Less, and so much more coming up in the books. Cannot wait to see you guys again. Have a wonderful weekend. See you soon.